Have you ever wondered how one person's faith and determination can transform countless lives, not just in their own time but for centuries to come? Today, we dive into the inspiring story of Saint Angela Merici, a visionary leader who dedicated her life to the education and empowerment of women. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe so you never miss an inspiring story like this one. Let's get started. Angela Merici was born in 1474 in Desenzano, a small town on the shores of Lake Garda in northern Italy. Her childhood was marked by the simplicity and beauty of rural life. Her family, devout Christians, taught Angela the values of faith, humility, and service to others. She spent her days helping in the family vineyard, learning the rhythms of nature and the joy of hard work. These early years laid the foundation for her deep connection to God and her sensitivity to the needs of those around her. Tragedy struck Angela's life when she was just a teenager. Both her parents and her beloved older sister passed away, leaving her heartbroken and questioning her path. Angela was especially distressed over the loss of her sister, as she feared she had died without the opportunity to receive the last sacraments. In her grief, Angela turned to prayer, seeking solace and guidance. It was during this time of profound sorrow that she experienced a vision that would transform her life. Angela saw a staircase reaching up to heaven, with angels and young girls ascending it, led by her deceased sister. This vision assured her of her sister's salvation and planted within her a divine calling to dedicate her life to the spiritual and moral education of young women. Angela's faith deepened, and she joined the Third Order of St. Francis, committing herself to a life of simplicity and service. She lived a life of prayer and fasting, seeking to align her will with God's. Angela began to recognize the widespread neglect of young girls in her community, particularly those from poor families who lacked access to education and spiritual formation. This realization stirred her heart, and she resolved to make a difference. Angela believed that by educating women, she could uplift families and transform society. In her mid-30s, Angela moved to the city of Brescia, where her reputation for wisdom and holiness grew. People sought her counsel, and she became a spiritual mother to many. It was in Brescia that Angela's vision began to take shape. She gathered a small group of like-minded women who shared her passion for serving others. Together, they began teaching young girls in their homes and neighborhoods, focusing on literacy, religious instruction, and practical skills. Angela's approach was revolutionary for her time. Unlike traditional religious orders that lived in cloisters, Angela's group remained in the world, living among the people they served. She believed that holiness could be found in the ordinary tasks of daily life and that women had a unique role in nurturing faith and virtue within their communities. In 1535, Angela formally established the Company of Saint Ursula, named after St. Ursula, a legendary virgin martyr who was a symbol of Christian devotion and courage. The company was the first teaching order for women, and it operated without the constraints of a convent. Its members took no formal vows but committed themselves to a life of chastity, poverty, and obedience, serving God through their work. Angela's vision was not just to educate young girls but to empower women to become leaders in their families and communities. She believed that an educated woman could positively influence generations to come. Angela's leadership was characterized by humility and wisdom. She often reminded her followers to lead with love and to adapt their methods to the needs of the time. In her writings, Angela urged them to be gentle and patient, to listen more than they spoke, and to rely on God in all things. She believed that transformation came not through force but through kindness and example. Angela's teachings emphasized the importance of unity and mutual support among her followers, creating a sense of sisterhood that strengthened their mission. In her later years, Angela's health began to decline, but her spirit remained strong. She continued to guide her followers, offering them encouragement and advice. She reminded them to trust in God's providence and to remain faithful to their calling. Angela passed away peacefully on January 27, 1540, leaving behind a legacy that would endure for centuries. The Company of Saint Ursula, later known as the Ursuline Order, expanded rapidly after Angela's death. The Ursulines became pioneers in women's education, establishing schools and institutions across Europe and, eventually, around the world. Angela's vision of empowering women through education had a profound impact on the church and society, and her legacy continues to inspire to this day. In 1807, Angela Merici was canonized as a saint by Pope Pius VII, recognized for her holiness and her contributions to the church. Her feast day, celebrated on January 27, honors her life of service and her unwavering faith. Saint Angela Merici's story is a testament to the power of one person's vision and dedication. She reminds us that through faith, humility, and love, we can bring about meaningful change in the world. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life of Saint Angela Merici. If you found this story inspiring, be sure to subscribe for more stories about incredible lives and enduring legacies. Until next time, may we all strive to live with the same faith and courage that Saint Angela Merici exemplified.